Welcome back everyone, this is Sweet Battlescars again. No, I'm actually not doing an unboxing video for you today, but I do want to share my Amiibo collection so far. I just couldn't bring myself to ripping these awesome figures out of their beautiful, pristine packaging. Nintendo has really done well with the packaging of these figures. And so I do want to show you the figures that I've managed to collect so far, which are the figures in Wave 1 and 2 of the Amiibo roster, or at least the figures that have been announced officially. We have Waves 3 and 4 still on the way, with just kind of a general timeline of spring 2015, and also February. That's when we get Wave 3 of these figures. So I'm gonna give you a panoramic view so you can see all the figures that I've managed to obtain. And as you know, especially those of you out there trying to collect these figures as well, some of these figures are actually becoming quite difficult to find. And I have struggled, I'll admit. Some of these figures took me quite some time to find, but I have been able to find them. And luckily, and very fortunately, I haven't had to pay insane amounts of money on eBay or Amazon for these. So I have been able to find them at just local retail stores in my area. So I will show you every figure, gonna talk about it a bit, just give you my impressions. It's not a full-on review of every figure, but I will talk about some of the things that I like and maybe things that I don't like. It's mostly gonna be good things. I think Nintendo is doing a really good job with these, except for the distribution and production of these, which that's just shameful. I think they really should have made more of some of these figures so that everyone who wants them can have them and not have to pay $40 or $50 for any of these. So I'm gonna bring back down my camera and let's take a look. We can start with some of the rarest figures in the roster. And in my experience, the one that I really had a hard time finding was Pit. This guy gave me such a hard time. I just could not find him for the life of me. I went to every store for like 2 weeks and I couldn't find him. And unfortunately, this is the only figure that I had to buy online at kind of a slightly higher price than normal. These go for $12.99. I think I paid like $28 for this, which is still not bad. You know, it's more than double the price, but it's not insane. It's not like $50 like some of those prices that I've seen on eBay and Amazon are just too crazy and unreasonable. So as I mentioned before, the packaging on these figures is phenomenal. I love it. I like it a lot. And if you've been following my channel and following me through the years as I've done unboxings of all of my figures that I have in my collection, you know that I really don't keep many of my figures in their boxes. I really like taking them out and giving them some air, and I love placing them on shelves without packaging and all that. But I just, like I mentioned before, I couldn't bring myself to taking these figures out of the packaging because I do really like the packaging a lot. And so I've decided to keep them in their packaging. And of course, as a Nintendo collector, well, I don't collect everything Nintendo, but I do collect a lot of Nintendo things. I just had to get myself these Amiibos. These are great. And figures like this from Nintendo, I mean, were pretty much non-existent before the Amiibos. So it's great to see that they finally decided to do this. So without further ado and without much talking, let's take a look at Pit. Like I said, really rare. I'm happy I was able to find him. At least in my area, he was non-existent basically. He wasn't at any store. No one knew when he was coming out. No one even knew if they were gonna get him. So that's why I decided to just not risk it and buy it online. And so I now have him. It's a very nice figure. Let's maybe try to zoom in a bit here. Very nice figure. It looks like it's very well painted. Sometimes the little plastic, the clear plastic that they use to hold the figure up bothers me a bit. I think maybe they could have done something more creative to kind of, I know it's functional, but I think it's just, in some figures it looks terrible. It doesn't really bother me that much with Pit, but Wish I could have done something else. Just being nitpicky, but I guess they try to keep the base and the figure as clean as possible. So I guess that was their reasoning. So there's Pit, and he is of course part of Wave 2. And I finally, and actually I just got him recently, just last week. So happy to have Pit finally. After that we have Captain Falcon. Another kind of rare piece. He actually wasn't too difficult to get. I did manage to get him at a Target around my area, so that was good. Didn't have to struggle too much, and I was happy. I felt super lucky when I saw him. It was just sitting there in the shelf. I think they only got like 2 or 3, and I got one, and I did see another one on the shelf, so I'm sure someone got him, and I only got one. So there is Captain Falcon. Really great figure. See, this is one of the instances where I really understand that clear pole there holding up his leg. I don't think there could have been any other solution besides this. You know, try to make the piece of plastic disappear. So I think they did good with this figure. You know, with this one, I'm okay with it. So overall, very nice figure. And I'm sorry I'm not gonna open these and show them to you guys, but I just can't. I can't open these. I'm sorry. So, like I said, it's not an unboxing. It's just showing you my Amiibo figures. Next one is Little Mac. And again, really nice packaging. Let's zoom out again. Really nice packaging. Really awesome figure. I'm really liking this figure a lot. He doesn't have any, not that I can see, I think, unless it's really well concealed. I don't see any plastic holding him up. I think they were able to anchor him onto his base rather well, so he doesn't have any plastic whatsoever to hold him up. So he would be a great figure to just kind of open up and display. And I am actually buying a couple of extra of these. I don't have an extra Little Mac, but I did buy like an extra Link and an extra Mario too, because I did want to unbox some of them, and I'll show those to you guys. And I mean, not that you haven't seen them already. There are lots of videos of these out already. So that's Little Mac. Another rare Amiibo is Marth, of course. He is, I think, one of the most controversial. People really couldn't find them in the beginning, and they still can't find them. Of course, he was part of Wave 1, I think. It's hard for me to keep track with so many of them out now and so many more announced. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he was Wave 1. And I mean, from the get-go, no one could find them. And again, I was lucky enough to have been able to pre-order this guy, so that's why I got him. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been able to find them. But actually, I did see him at a Toys R Us. Actually, I now that I remember, and I forgot that I had this one. So I did manage to find them at Toys R Us, and it was the last one. So finally, I was able to get it, and I really did want to open Marth, so that's why I wanted an extra one. And I've already used them in Smash Brothers for the Wii U, so I just had to get this figure. So he is one of the best Amiibos, I think, one of my favorite Amiibos, and of course people want them. And I think you have all heard from the last Nintendo Direct, he is getting a re-release, so he is being re-released again. So those of you who want them, don't worry, just get your pre-orders in, and I'm sure you'll be able to get them. And hopefully Nintendo makes more of these this time, and so that there is enough supply for the demand. So if you're out looking for Marth, I suggest you wait, because you don't want to go pay like $40 for this figure when he's gonna get re-released fairly soon. So Nintendo did officially announce that, and I'm sure hopefully they start re-releasing some of the other ones. Like, I want another Little Mac so I can open him and open the box, get him out of the box. So if they re-release Little Mac, I might get him again. But there's Marth, and again, really awesome figure. I mean, the craftsmanship on these are really great. The paint job, the cast, everything is really nice. Even the little logo here, the little decal on his cape is phenomenal. It's so well detailed. He's got some airbrush on him for some shading on his cape. It looks really great. So really happy to have been able to find them at Toys R Us. And again, it was very, very lucky. I walked in one afternoon. It was kind of late. They were about to close, and he was just the last one on the shelf. So I said, why not? So I get to keep one in the box for my collection, and I get to use one in Smash Brothers and just display on my shelf. It looks amazing. So there's Marth. Another kind of rare one. He's becoming a little more rare now, but he wasn't in the beginning. At least not in my area. I saw him at Target. I saw him at GameStop. So there were a lot of Star Foxes around, or of the Fox figure, the Amiibo figure. Kind of losing my train of thought there, but now I think he's a little more difficult to find. I haven't seen him anymore, and his price online did go up because of it. But he is a fantastic figure. I kind of regret not buying an extra one when I saw him at Target. I kind of wanted to maybe get an extra so I could maybe open this one too. There are just a few figures that really look awesome that I want to open. And Fox is one of them, and I should have thought about that when I saw him at Target. But again, maybe they'll get more. Hopefully, we'll get more of Fox. So I really want to open one. And in terms of the figure, really awesome. Really nice figure. I'm sorry I don't have anything else to say about that one, but I like it a lot. Another rare Amiibo. I'm showing you the rare ones first. The Villager from Animal Crossing. Not my favorite one, but he is rare. So again, this is one that I pre-ordered from the beginning, so that's why I got him. I really didn't see him anywhere. Not Toys R Us, not Target, not GameStop, nowhere. So I at least in my area, he was very, very rare. And I keep mentioning my area because these kind of seem to fluctuate. Like I hear that some people saw a lot of like Captain Falcons, for example, or a lot of Marths, but I didn't really see a lot of those. But I did see like a lot of Foxes, like I said, and some people have reported not even seeing Fox around. But I saw a lot of Foxes around, but I really didn't see this guy anywhere. So I'm really happy that I pre-ordered him just to have in the collection. And he's an okay figure. I mean, he's kind of cute, but not my favorite Amiibo. I'm happy just to have him in this awesome box, and I don't think I'll ever open him. Just leave him in the packaging. Another really cool figure, Wii Fit Trainer. Another rare figure. Didn't see any of this either at any of my local stores, so I was able to get her by pre-ordering through Amazon. So I didn't see her online, or at any stores anywhere. So I'm happy that I was able to pre-order this figure, and she's a nice figure. And I'm actually kind of surprised. I guess it's not a surprise because Nintendo again has said that they're not really gonna make a lot of like the less popular figures, but that's kind of ironic because by them not producing enough of these, they just get rare, and they get I think that increases how popular they become because people are really looking for them. So I think Nintendo needs to revise that strategy a little more. I mean, I was expecting like maybe Pikachu to be scarce because everybody would want them, but no, there are Pikachus everywhere, and that's because Nintendo has made enough of them, but they haven't made enough of figures like these, and it's just unfortunate. I keep saying it. They have to make more. They have to find some way of making more, and you know. They said something about shelf space not being, the lack of shelf space, but I don't understand what's the problem. I see a lot of empty shelves at local stores, so I don't understand why they keep saying that there is a lack of shelf space, and that's why they're not gonna make any more of like Marths or Star Foxes or Foxes. I mean, he's not. Star Fox is the game. Fox is the character. So anyway, I'm just babbling now. Here's Link. He is another figure that I did get a second figure of. I bought an extra one just to open, and he's very common. I still see him everywhere, so I didn't feel bad buying the second figure of him. Very nice figure. Again, Link is one of my favorite characters in Super Smash Bros. So happy to have an extra piece. Very good paint job on the shield. The back, the sword is a little bent, which I hate. Marth was the same way. The sword kind of bent, so I've tried to kind of keep it as straight as I can. But the face looks a little weird too. You can see it in the camera there. Come on, focus. So I want to show you guys his face. It does look a little strange. There you go. So the face looks a little strange, but other than that, it's a nice figure. So there's Link, very common, see him everywhere. And then the rest of these, like I said, you'll pretty much see everywhere. Mario is super overproduced. I see them everywhere, and of course I bought an extra piece. I did want to open Mario as well because it is an awesome figure. I mean, the fact that there are a lot of these Mario amiibos is not a bad thing because it's an awesome Mario figure. And I really think that eventually, I think Nintendo will stop production on these. So, you know, a year from now, I think they might be a little more rare, or who knows, maybe they'll just keep producing them for a couple of years. But eventually, I think they'll die out, and you really won't see them at store shelves anymore. Unless I don't know, I really don't know what Nintendo plans on doing, you know, as far as like producing these. I mean, are we gonna get new Mario amiibos every time like a new Smash Brothers releases, or anytime a new Mario game releases? I don't know. So we have to see. But I don't regret buying a second Mario figure. He is awesome. You know, there is a new Mario amiibo with a different pose announced for what was it, for it's for the Mario like line of amiibos. So we're getting a different Mario, another Bowser, and I think another Peach, and we're getting a Toad. So that's gonna be cool. I really want that Toad from the next line of amiibos. Here's Pikachu also. I'm sure all of you have seen him at store shelves. He's very common too. I see him everywhere. Not really rare. So I'm not really gonna talk about the common ones because you all can see them at store shelves and maybe even buy one. There's Donkey Kong. He's not so rare either. I see him here and there. He's not as popular as someone like Mario or Link, but I do see him, you know, a lot more than other figures. So he is cool. I really like this DK figure. I'm actually thinking of buying an extra DK so I can open them, because DK is one of my favorite amiibos. Also, he looks really great in this pose. And I mean, I don't see a lot of DK figures or figures by Nintendo. So I got to get myself another one of these. Kirby, very simple, very clean, very nice amiibo. Also very common. I see them everywhere. Just walls of pink. I went into a Toys R Us once and it was just like 50 Kirby's. So he's a crazy popular, or I mean, yeah, because he's everywhere. Samus, also pretty common. I see her everywhere. Also, my local GameStop has like 20 of these still. So not difficult to find. Although we did see that really weird and rare Samus with two hand cannons instead of a hand on here on the left arm. So I think that one sold for like $2,500. I forget the exact price, but it was something crazy. I mean, it was crazy money for that figure. And there was another also of I think Peach, or was it Zelda, that didn't have any legs. What, it might have been, no, I think it was Peach. So this is Zelda, also a common one. A nice figure nonetheless. Happy to have it. But see it pretty much anywhere. And again, just look at that paint job on her clothing. It's really nice. And I really like her face. They did a much better job with her face than Link's. I really don't like Link's face. So we've got Mario, of course. I've shown him to you already. Diddy Kong. I also like Diddy Kong a lot. He's I see him everywhere also. Not difficult to find. But I do like the figure a lot, and this is one instance where that clear plastic really bothers me. I think it bothers me mostly on him. I don't think I've seen another one that bothers me as much as this one. That weird yellow plastic in between his arm and his leg is just weird. I don't know why they couldn't just anchor his hand and his foot. Maybe that wasn't enough of an anchor, but I guess he needed that extra piece of plastic there for support. But I don't like that piece there. I think they could have done something else, something more creative to anchor the figure onto the base. But hey, that's just me. But nice figure nonetheless. Again, happy to finally get a Diddy Kong figure. He was one of my favorite characters from Donkey Kong Country back in the Super Nintendo days. So next one is Yoshi. I actually don't know about Yoshi. I think I've seen him around sometimes, but I don't know exactly how rare he is. I haven't checked on Amazon to see if I'm sure he's still available. I don't think he's gonna be like a rare piece. Yoshi's a main character, so you see him everywhere, and he's a favorite too. So I'm sure Nintendo knew that they had to make a lot of these. But This is another one of those figures like Little Mac. I really like how clean it is, especially because he doesn't have like a clear piece of plastic to hold him. He's just anchored, you know, on his feet. So that's really nice. Really nice, clean figure. I've seen a few Yoshis where the eyes are kind of painted in a weird way. Like I think sometimes the paint job, I think these are hand painted obviously, so sometimes I guess the paint gets a little messy, but mine is pretty clean, so I'm happy I got a clean Yoshi. Now we have Peach, and this is what I was talking about. There was a Peach amiibo that came with no legs, and so that one also sold for I think a couple $1,000, which is crazy also. And those are of course just mistakes, just production mistakes. Someone messed up, and then these figures end up costing, you know, a lot more than they were intended to. So that's kind of cool, I guess. And again, a very common figure. You'll see her everywhere still. Still a nice figure, especially her dress. It's really well done. So there's Peach. And then last but not least, here's Luigi. And Luigi was kind of tricky. I thought he was gonna be a rare figure, so when I saw him at Target, I just grabbed it, and then I really thought he was gonna be rare, but no, he's very common now, because initially he was kind of missing. I don't know if it was the same in other areas of the country, but he was missing from like store shelves, and so we didn't see him until I think a week or a week and a half after its release date, and finally we saw him. But yeah, no one you saw Luigi at the beginning, but then he showed up. He finally arrived, and now we have a lot of Luigis. He's everywhere. I see him everywhere now. But initially, yeah, he was kind of missing, so I was happy to have mine at the beginning, just in case. But now rest assured, there are a lot of Luigis. My Luigi has a little bit of flashing on like on his hat. I don't know if you can see it there. So from the mold, just residue that was left there. That's my only concern with this one. Being nitpicky there, that should have been cleaned, and I think, but I guess, you know, it's just an amiibo. I like his pose, but again, I don't like that clear plastic piece there holding him up. But again, I think it's necessary. So again, I just wish they would have maybe done something else. But oh well. Nice pose though. I like what pose they gave him. So there you go, guys. Those are my Amiibo figures. You know, I want to hear from you. Have you been able to find these Amiibos successfully? Have you started a Amiibo collection? Which ones do you have? Which ones are you looking for? You know, let me know in the comments, and we'll see how we do with Wave 3 and Wave 4 coming out now. I don't think I'm gonna be as fortunate because I couldn't pre-order a lot of them, so I think I'm gonna miss out on some of them, especially the store exclusive ones. I did manage to pre-order a Shulk from GameStop, and that's the GameStop exclusive Amiibo, but I couldn't get what was his name, Meta Knight. I couldn't get Rosalina, and I couldn't get the Pokemon that's exclusive also. I forget to which one. I forget which Pokemon exactly was exclusive, but should have done my research before doing this. But I really couldn't pre-order any of those, so I think I'm gonna be straight out of luck there, and hopefully I can get them. But oh, I think it was Lucario. There we go. Lucario was I think exclusive to, I can't remember exactly what stores, but I think it was exclusive. Rosalina, I think, is exclusive to Toys R Us. Shulk was GameStop. Meta Knight, I think, is Best Buy. So Lucario is probably what? I don't know. Walmart, Target, I don't know. One of those. But anyway, the case is, I couldn't pre-order it, so I'm gonna probably miss out on those. I'm really looking forward to Ike and Mega Man. I think I did pre-order Mega Man, so I'm happy I did that. But I'm really looking forward to those. Of course, Shulk. I'm very happy that I pre-ordered. I'm really looking forward to Shulk. And Rosalina looks pretty cool also. Although I think I want her for my collection. But if I miss out, it's okay. I'm not gonna pay $40 for her. And then I'm looking forward to Toon Link as well. And then now, of course, we have a new announcement. We have Lucina from Fire Emblem coming out, and Robin. But I'm really looking forward to Lucina. Really like her character. And there's a Figma Lucina also coming out in Japan soon, so I also pre-ordered that. So I'm really glad that Fire Emblem is getting a lot more attention, and they're getting like the figure treatment. Like we're getting Figma, now we're getting an Amiibo, so that's gonna be awesome. Charizard, I'm also looking forward to. I hope he's not so rare. I hope I can find him because I really want Charizard also. But alright, so I think I'm gonna end that video here, guys. Like I said, let me know in the comment section below what you think and how you are doing with your Amiibo collection. And stay tuned for the next Amiibo video. I think I will make like update videos as you know, as I start getting more of these figures, especially once February arrives, which is just in like 2 weeks. We're gonna be in February already, so we'll see when Wave 3 hits us. And hopefully we can get more of these figures. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.